What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave, and we are here for your bi-weekly beatdown, your one-stop shop for everything copious in the world of pop culture. We got a lot to talk about in this episode. It's Nerd and the Jerk. Once again, geez, I'm all off right now because I'm excited because I'm all messed up on the inside because the Cubs are the champions of the world. We're going to talk about that. We got the election in just a few short days. We're going to get into that because that's crazy. We got all these signs of the apocalypse, and I'm going to try and make sense of it all, but I can't do it alone. I wouldn't want to do it alone. So joining me as always, my co-host, my buddy, my friend, and coincidentally, he also played Henry Rowan Gardner's fat little friend in Rookie of the Year. He grew up to be Jake Link, the legendary comedian. What's going on, my friend?
Wow. I mean, people are going to be IMDbing that, looking that up.
Well, I thought people need to know where you came from. I think it's important that people know your beginnings.
It is. I mean, it comes back to those old rumors that Marilyn Manson was Paul.
Yeah, that's from Wonder Years.
And the other one before that, because when I told my dad that, because I was a young, dumb, naive kid,
I believe it too.
Did you know that? Do you know that was he goes, Jake, they used to say Alice Cooper was Eddie Haskell.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So that's just one of those urban myths that turned out to be not true.
Not even true
all.
A little bit. Yeah, like no
not
semblance.
even like as an adult now, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why would I be that stupid?
I believed it too, man. I used to perpetuate that myth.
Yeah. I used to tell people that
yes, that's what perpetuating means. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to tell people that like it was like a snaffle fact.
Right? Yeah, wait till they see how smart I am.
Dump's Quack doesn't echo? And did you know that Paul from the Wonder Years is Marilyn Manson?
It's amazing. I saw it on VH1's Behind the Music, and
yeah,
I just make stuff up.
Yeah. So I was going with that, and then my dad said no. Just stop it. You
got to put the end of it. But this one's true. You did get your beginnings on Rookie of the Year. That's fact. I mean, why would I make that up?
Actually, that's not true. I was actually Hamilton Porter from
The Great Hambino. Yeah.
The Great Hambino, yeah.
The Great Hambino.
I was actually, so what you're saying is kind of true, but you got the wrong sports movie. I was Hamilton Porter from The Sandlot.
I had to lie a little bit because
Just
Rookie
a little
of the Year
bit.
was about the Cubs. I didn't want to out you like that. I mean, the Great Hambino, I mean, you play ball like a girl. No, I thought I'd give you the kid who didn't do anything else after that movie than a fucking Big Mac commercial.
I actually improv that line.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
What was the original line? Do you remember what they originally wrote for you to say?
The original line was, "You don't play baseball that well."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked.
So, yeah, no.
That's a really good ad lib.
That's right. They were like, you see, the writers and the directors were like, "Oh no!" Then somebody said, the grip guy said, "No, let this go. This is going to be a classic line."
Yeah. And then
he's been in other movies too. Yeah,
yeah, he was. He did a few things, but that's what he's known for. Come on,
that's right.
And having way too many freckles on his fat little face. I mean, those are the things.
What a fat ginger. Oh, they're the worst.
They are the absolute worst.
You ever see fat little kids and you just want to kick them just to see what sounds they make?
No, because I was that fat little kid. I have pity.
Fat little kid.
Yeah, but why would you want to hurt our own? We're supposed to protect our own, Jake.
No, I don't want to hurt them. I just want to see what sounds they make.
Yeah, you got to put a lot of pressure into a kick to make a sound. I mean, a love tap ain't gonna do it.
It's kind of like seeing a puppy that you just want to hug so much and squeeze it.
Well, that's different. Well, how much squeezing? I mean, like mongoloid squeeze, like oh, Dad, love the puppy, and then the puppy doesn't live anymore; it dies.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. But I just want to hug it and then just see what sounds it makes. And
that's quite bizarre. Yeah. I have never had that desire to just see what sounds different things make. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not judging. This is a judgment-free zone, Jake. I would never do that to you. I just never had that. I've never had it.
Somebody in the chat just noticed my sandwich puppet.
They get weirder than the sandwich. I mean, the sandwich is weird, but
you know what? The creepy thing is, it's like right over my shoulder.
It is, and just the eyeballs just peering over. It's quite creepy. It's quite creepy.
Yes, it is a sandwich puppet.
It's a sandwich puppet. Oh, Christ, here it comes.
His name's Sammy Witch.
Of course it is. What else could it be?
Yes. I have one joke with him, and it's like, so Sam, have you met any people? Is there any sandwich meetup groups? Yeah, I tried out this one site, Grinder. Grinder is like, yeah, there was no sandwiches on there, but a lot of fruits.
Yeah,
yeah.
See, I wouldn't have gone with the homosexual joke. I would have went with a hoagie joke. Hoagies and grinders. Hoagies and grinders. See that, but we just have different comedic stylings. It's okay. We get to the same chuckle, but I'm a little more refined. I think.
You take the high road. I take the low road.
You're the only person who will probably ever say to me in my life, Dave, you take the high road, because no, it's not true. It's not true at all. But hey, I try. So it's been a hell of a week, man. It's been. This is not the first time this week you've been with me. No.
And you know what? We congratulations to you, and congratulations to Cub Nation.
Yeah, man.
This is. I was still thinking like the conversation we had with Jeff the Huff Huffman after this had happened, and this is the #1 sports moment.
It is. It is.
It has to be.
The more time that's passing, I mean, like, every time I see something, like this Harry Carey video got put out today by Budweiser, I fucking started crying. My wife's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm the best I've ever been. It's amazing. The world seems more peaceful. Everything seems good. 40 million people watched that Game 7, Jake. 40 million people. Insane amount of people. Yeah. Do you know today the Cubs parade happened, and estimated numbers makes it the 7th largest gathering of humans in the history of the world. 5 million people descended upon Chicago, and I haven't read any fucking violence or riots or nothing. 5 million people just amassed in joy and love and this just exhaling of fucking finally. I mean, it's amazing.
It is. And, I like to see curses end and, streaks end like that, for the fan base. Because you know what? You guys appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah. It's hard not to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like when as a Devils fan, I got to see 3 Stanley Cups. Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
Not a lot of people, within this, in the past 20 years can say that they've seen their team win 3 championships.
I can. I could say it in the last 6 years, actually. But that's just me. Yeah. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, not a lot of people can. Like, true. For any sports, Like, but it's like if the Jets win, that's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
same with the Mets.
Yeah.
But nothing could beat a 108-year drought. Nobody who's even alive.
No.
There's probably I think they found a 110-year-old person who was 2 when it happened.
Right.
But still, nobody was alive. Nobody could remember nobody could say, oh, yeah, I remember seeing that.
No, it's crazy. And to speak to your point, we do appreciate it more, and really the reason, it's very simple. There's not a lot of psychoanalysis. It's very simple. When you eat shit for your entire life, even a crust of bread tastes like filet mignon. Now imagine you really get to go to a buffet after eating shit for 33 years. I had my buffet 2 nights ago, my friend, and I'm glad that you and Huffman and all these people that showed up that night were there to share it with me, because it would have been hollow. But no, it still would have been great. if I was by myself, just like masturbating to my iPhone. I don't even have an iPhone, my Galaxy, watching it on my little phone in a closet somewhere. It still would have been great, but it was better because of you guys. That shared experience, man.
That's right. And honestly, it's, you know, I wanted to see you be happy for that.
And I was. Well, we almost didn't see me be happy.
No. You know what though? That needed to happen.
Oh,
it
no,
couldn't have been. No, Dave. It needed to happen that way. It needed to go 7 games. It needed to go the way that they tied it up. It wasn't going to be a 4-game sweep. They win the series.
Oh,
These things don't happen. When a curse breaks, they fucking let you know it's broken. The baseball gods are fucking with you because they're doing everything they can. Look what happened with the 04 Yankees. With the Red Sox.
Yeah, 3-0.
It's never been done. Never been done in the history of modern baseball.
Nope.
Down 3-0. Hell, there was a movie that the Fever Pitch.
People shit on that movie. I love that movie.
I like that movie.
Fuck everybody. I like Jimmy Fallon too.
Jimmy Fallon's entertaining. He's just a very entertaining character. I think people hate him because of how happy he is.
Right.
But that movie was made to show the long suffering of a Cubs fan.
A Red Sox fan. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, Red Sox fan.
Yeah, same difference.
And then they end up winning the World Series.
Yeah.
It's
one of the craziest things, man. It really is. It's one of those crazy things that you just don't see. And I think you're right. It did have to happen that way.
It wasn't gonna, Dave. It wasn't gonna be a 4-game sweep, and you guys win every game 5-2.
And if it would have, how special would that have been? It would have been good, but it wouldn't have been this.
It would have been good, but it wouldn't have.
This lives forever. This doesn't just go down as Cubs break the streak, and that's the story. They break it in one of the most epic ways fucking imaginable. We had rain delays, bad managing. We had an evil witch come into my also known as my mother, come in, the devil herself, and cast a fucking spell and try to ruin everything. There was so much crazy drama that happened. Chris Bryant with ice water in his veins, making the last out with a smile from ear to ear. I just never seen anything like it, man.
And you got to. Players are going to win the World Series, with the other major league teams. Mm-hmm. But how good does it feel to be on the Cubs team that broke a 108-year freaking curse? How good does that feel? Like, you win the World Series, you feel great, but how great does it feel to be that your name is etched in history as the team that broke the curse?
Yeah. We actually have a little bit of contrast on that because Ben Zobrist, who won the World Series last year with the Kansas City Royals, he took the podium today and he stated, he was like, I won the World Series last year, and the first thing I asked myself, because this is the type of guy I am, is how can I top it? And the first thing that came to my mind was the Cubs. It was just Cubs because everybody, look, players don't say shit like that because what he basically just said is this title means more than that title. Players don't say that, but it's okay when it's 108. People are starting to backlash already. I'm already seeing all over ESPN. Are we done talking about the Cubs now? No, we're not. Eat me. No, we're not done talking about the Cubs. We're still talking about this in another 2 weeks. That's a little ridiculous. I will be. I'm going to have a smile on my face until spring training.
This is your Tommy C 1994 right now.
It is. It really, really is.
And by the way, talking about that, I didn't mention that because it's really hard for me to bring up the game 7 against the Devils, the Stephane Matteau wraparound goal. That has to be right up there with this World Series. And, taking away my fandom of the Devils, that has to be right up there. That's definitely one of the in those top 5.
I think it's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I really do.
I completely forgot to include that when we were talking briefly about that with Jeff. Yeah. And I was thinking, I'm like, that has to be there. Just winning that, because that was another curse breaking.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's just one of those crazy things. Nick Aswell in the chat says, Dave, did you see the belt WWE sent to the Cubs? Oh, do you mean this belt? Yes, I did see the belt. I had the picture already queued. Chris Bryant, the aforementioned Chris Bryant, who created the last out with a smile on his face. Never seen that before. He's wearing that belt in this very picture. Just when Chris Bryant couldn't get any sexier, just when this whole situation couldn't get any better, they bring a wrestling vibe into it, and being a wrestling channel, you know how important that is to me. So to see this just made me so happy. How amazing is that? Chris Bryant wearing the belt that Triple H sent to the Cubs. So good. So good. Oh, I love it.
You know what, though? Those guys can get laid by anybody in Chicago right now.
That's very true. Man, woman, fucking animal, it does not matter.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure you would let the whole team just go to town on you.
Yeah. I'm fairly certain Chris Bryant already had that option because he attracts, dirt, everything. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. That dude is just walking sex. But, it's crazy. As a Cubs fan, look, maybe I shouldn't be greedy, but I am. I look at this team and I see the 90s Yankees. That's what I see. I see a team that is going to be either in the World Series or winning the World Series for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
almost
they're doing
every
it right.
major position player, dude. Almost every major position player is under the age of 25 and under team control through 2020. It's unbelievable.
Some people over here, because I live in the metropolitan area, a lot of Yankee fans, and people are getting mad about that comparison. Like, calm down, they're not going to be the '96 Yankee. They only won one, but I'm like, it's like, look at them, look at that core. Look, what you got to do to be a successful baseball team is collect your prospects, groom them well, because sometimes this could be a crapshoot.
Yeah.
And also sprinkle in a few veteran players, rent some players during the trade deadline, and you're good.
Yeah. You got to be able to do everything. And to do that, you got to have management, not only in the clubhouse, but in the front office. And it just so happens the Cubs might have the greatest front office in the history of baseball. Theo Epstein's first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to go into the Hall of Fame the second he's eligible. He's unbelievable.
He's the curse breaker.
Does he go anywhere else? I mean, do you think that he's going to go somewhere else? I mean, he left Boston. Not a lot of people think
Jets.
he would. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I hope he could. Hey, dude.
Did you see this? Theo Epstein's coming to the JETS. Jets. Oh my God. But I don't see, why would anyone want to leave this Cubs situation with the young talent that they have, with the talent that's down in the minor leagues too? This could be something really special. It's already history, but this could be immortal. And maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm getting too excited as a Cubs fan because I could go back to 108 more years and it could just be shit and misery. But I see what's here as just a baseball guy.
You know what, though? If they don't win another World Series,
I'm satiated.
In your lifetime, because come on, 108 years is a long time.
It is.
And then you know what's gonna happen? You guys are gonna win another one. Then you guys are gonna get greedy like Yankees fans.
Yeah, well, I kind of already are. Donation by Wool Hat Demon. I didn't see what he said, but thank you for your donation. I very much appreciate it. You guys got to see it on screen. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's very crazy. I don't want to make this an entire Cubs episode because I know that I could. I can get into the facts and figures, and we could be talking about this game. I could, at least for the next hour, but I don't want to do that because there is a lot going on in the world. It's a crazy.
He says
week.
On half of all the Cubs fans, the guy with the goat who cursed the team now can kiss our asses.
Damn right.
That's
right. The funny thing is, I think it was Baseball Tonight who showed a picture of Bill Murray and said, "Caption this," and I instantly had mine in my head, right? And I went through and I looked at the comments and I didn't see anybody post it. I was so proud of myself because I think it's brilliant. And it's so simple. It's brilliant in its simplicity, Jake. So I captioned it so wonderfully, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. Up at the top, above Bill Murray's head, who are you going to call? And at the bottom, Goat Busters. It's simple, boom, elegant, and beautiful. And I couldn't believe no one else said it. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah. If I go through a message board, And like Breaking Bad, there's a whole scene like toward the last season where they go to a restaurant and they're exchanging a DVD. Like did you see Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah.
You know what scene I'm talking about? And the make your own guacamole guy.
Yes.
I make a joke. I say, you know, Hank, we'll get to make your own guacamole, but make sure you spread it lightly. Like nobody, and like I had like comments and like likes on that, and
it feels good to do that.
It's great. It feels great. It feels good
when you're trying to make people laugh, and you know that you did something no one else did.
And all my tweets have been getting retweeted the past 2 days. It's been good.
Yeah, don't be a Jeff Huffman. Don't steal other people's jokes. Come up with your own material because it feels so good. It feels like Cubs winning the World Series good. Huffman is a joke stealer. He is a regretless joke stealer. My God, might as well be a soul stealer. You steal jokes. You might as well steal someone's soul.
If he can't write his own jokes, the guy has a fucking body that you and I would kill for.
But
we can write our own damn jokes. So
yeah, fucking ain't right.
Take your own damn talents. It's like Artie Lang said: the only guy who gets laid less than a fat funny guy is a fat serious guy.
Exactly. Speaking of fat funny guy, Jake, I noted before the show started. You look like you've lost a couple of pounds. The face is looking good there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just projecting out of my own svelteness. Yeah, but you look good.
Yeah. Or just because the Cubs won it. The Cubs lost it. Like, you look like shit, Jake.
Oh, God. If the Cubs would have lost, I'm fairly certain we wouldn't have done this show. And I'm just being serious. Because
it would have been a ball busting on my end.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I would have been like, okay, I got to give this a week. I gotta give this a week to die down because there's just no way.
You would have left Facebook and social media and by the way, you did talk to your mother, right?
I did talk to my mother right after. Yes, I did. Everybody can calm down. I called the Satan woman and we talked and we cried and it was great. She took no offense to anything that I said, mainly because of course she didn't watch it to hear it because she does not give a shit about what I'm doing. The only time my mom's going to care about what happens on the show is if I make enough money that she could take it from me. That is it. That is the only time
you're making enough money.
Oh,
by the way, Nick Oswald, this goes out to you. You're killing me, Smalls.
There you go. See? He delivers it, and I'm telling you, I tried to tell everybody.
That's right. I actually came up with that line, too.
Oh, that's cool.
I was actually...
What about the you make your weenies with your mama's toe jam? Was that yours or was that a writer?
No, that was me too.
Oh, I thought it was Walt Whitman. I would have swore that was Walt Whitman. It sounds like a Walt Whitman line.
That's right. That was a Mark Twain.
That's right. I think it was Mark Twain. What is that? Is that Shakespeare? I'm gonna go watch that fucking movie.
Old school Matt. Dave and Jake are the funniest fat fucks ever.
I'll take it. Before you said that, I was just a fat fuck. Now I'm the funniest fat fuck. I'll take it.
That's right. You don't have talent, have talented friends.
Damn straight.
Terry, with a body like Jeff's, he can steal whatever he wants.
That's very
because
true.
I'm sure he stole your heart.
Yeah, that's right. He can steal whatever he wants, mainly because I can't chase him down to get it back.
Yeah.
That's basically.
Oh, you want back that solid 10 minutes of material? All right, let's get in the boxing ring, Jake.
I'll go in the boxing ring. I'll rip a ball sack off. If he lets me get anywhere close to him, it's over. But if he runs away from me, I'll fucking have a heart attack, and then he can just come and pee on me. You know what?
Yeah, you go.
He can just dump right on my chest, and I will be able to do nothing. I'll be wheezing, and I'll be like flailing, and I'll be crying. But if he gets close to me, I will rip a dick off. I have no shame. I have no limits.
I have a friend. He's kind of he works out crazy like Jeff. He's actually the best way to describe him is, you know, the Simpsons episode where they go into the future and Milhouse is like a buff nerd.
Oh God, yeah.
That is him, and he grew up as like a little tiny nerd kid. He kind of looked like McLovin growing up. So I used to do stand up with him, and now he's like fucking roid rage and he's fucking built. But I always remind him that he used to be a fucking little nerd.
You have to.
You know,
you got to keep him down a little bit.
Yeah, like he meets all these girls on Tinder now, and he couldn't get laid. He couldn't get laid with 100, in a whorehouse with $100 bill sticking out of his zipper.
He used
and
to
now
be swipe left, not so much anymore.
Yeah, no, and so he's just. But now he's like all like, oh yeah, fuck women. She's a 4, all that stuff.
God. Oh no,
and I'm like,
he's not a douche. No.
Yeah, oh, dude, and I tell him, and he tells me, he's like, you're like the only one of my friends that actually tells me like it is. The story I could tell you, he met this girl, and he goes, I brought her back to my place, and I was like, I thought she was gonna, we're in my house. And he actually said this, you don't put meat in the lion's den and expect the lion to not eat it. He got done telling me the story. I said, don't ever fucking refer to yourself as a lion,
Never,
okay?
Ever.
Never. Just stop it.
You can only refer to certain body parts as animals, not you yourself as an animal. Yeah. It doesn't work.
You don't leave a nice piece of meat for the lion.
Oh,
God. I
what a douche. Oh my God, absolute douche.
But I've been friends with him for so long, and I fucking remind him, like, dude, I remember when you used to fucking walk around with Star Wars shirts on. He goes, I still do.
Yeah.
And he's like he's a huge Trump supporter. I'm going to just give him a shout out. Shout out to Max Baker.
There you go. Fuck it. Yeah. No identity safe. By the way, Gun Candy in the chat says, Jake will steal whatever he wants, but he's aiming for your lunch above everything else. There you go. That's true. That's true. That is very true. We got a lot of great people in the chat. I really do appreciate you guys supporting me. I see Chris Payne, Casey McLaughlin, Daniel Flanagan, Sarah Smalls here. We got everybody hanging out. Nick Aswell being a Nick asshole as always. Killing me, Smalls. We got all kinds of people.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on, man. I mean, it's kind of crazy. And there's a story of frivolity I do want to talk about in a moment. But let's get through the elephant in the room. And I believe that I'm going to do a live reaction of the actual, final hours of the election. I'm putting the cart before the horse. I'm not bearing the lead. I'm letting you guys know that right now. Because I want as much despair as humanly possible. People are going to be calling in as they're jumping off of bridges, and God damn it, I want to hear it. It's going to be amazing. Whoever wins, there is going to be a big chunk of people who are just despondent, depressed, and basically inconsolable. It's going to be fucked up, and it's going to be amazing. I did 62,000 hits on the Cubs fucking reaction video. I'm expecting to break 100K with this thing, because this is going to be fucking chaos. It's going to be chaos. And dude, I don't want to get into... Go ahead, Jake.
It's going to be nuts from here on out.
Yeah.
From here until a week after the election.
At least.
People are just going to be going insane.
To the inauguration. Oh,
God.
I mean, until that day. And even that day is going to be insane. Look, we don't need to get into politics or policies, mainly because hardly any fucking policies have been discussed by either goddamn side. Let's just be honest about that.
It's just been a roast.
It has been. It's been a fucking freak show. The whole thing. It's been just one freak show after another, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop because neither one of these are good presidential candidates.
Dave, you're getting a nod in the chat.
They want, I'll take it. You can be my running mate.
That's right, Vancura Link, 2016.
We'll be the fattest card docket ever. I mean, I think Taft was fat. Taft was fat, but I think I'm fatter than Taft.
That's right. Together we were 600 pounds of American force.
That's right. You can't.
You could play off the whole entire. You're a
veteran.
Disabled veteran. Yeah, and you fought for this country.
My struggles, my story.
Of war.
Hey, I may have been in a war zone, but you live in New Jersey. I mean,
I live in a war zone.
Exactly. The armpit of America. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's true. The most corrupt state in the union, folks.
I think that's fair. I don't know. Chicago, I think, gives you a run for that.
Our gas tax just went up 23 cents. We have like the highest taxes in the nation.
And you still can't pump it yourself. And you still can't pump it yourself.
Nope. We don't pump it. We don't pump our own gas. And our roads. And I don't know where the fuck all this money's going.
No.
It's going to schools. The teachers' union's like the fucking mob here.
Right, that's what I've heard. It's pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of that's going to get resolved anytime soon.
Nope. And that's, you know what? People bitch about Christie, but that's the one thing Christie kind of tried to put a kibosh on them a little bit.
No.
And like people are saying, I have to pay $30 out of my paycheck for health insurance for my family. It's like, yeah, you do. That's nothing.
Yeah. Well, if it was $30, that would be nice. Unfortunately, the premiums are fucking ridiculously going through the roof, and that's why Obamacare is failing all around you. But that's okay. Neither here nor there. It's getting pretty crazy. We are getting a little bit more politics and policies talk as we get closer to the election, mainly because I think for the first time, Trump is starting to feel confident. He wasn't, and it's crazy. You had the big bombshell with the finger in the pussy thing, grab her by the pussy thing, which is still getting, that cannot be your atom bomb if you're Hillary Clinton. Because what dropped a week ago, that was an atom bomb. The FBI reopening your case they already previously closed because of a guy named Weiner getting involved.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an atom bomb because not only is it criminal and there's all kinds of things that are legally that are going to fuck you, it's got the word wiener in it and that makes it funny. And that's important too. God damn.
Wieners and pussies in this election.
In more ways than one, Jake. I don't know who's going to win this thing. As much as I think Hillary is unelectable, I believe she's actually unelectable. Trump is in a different way. Hillary is a goddamn criminal, and there's enough evidence out there to support that. Trump, what is Trump? An asshole? That's really the worst thing you can say. What do you want to call him? A racist? Where's your fucking facts? What proof about? No, it's because it's not fucking true. It doesn't hold any water. He's an asshole. Okay, everybody's an asshole. Hillary is gonna destroy this fucking country if she gets in. I'm terrified of it, Jake. I'm terrified of it.
Oh yeah. You know what though? I think at night, like, you know, after Trump says something ridiculous, I just think to myself, I'm like, you know, I should vote for Hillary. Then I started thinking, and I'm like, I cannot bring myself to vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I think I'd rather just vote for Trump. Like, if between those two, if all these other parties weren't there, because I might vote for Rocky De La Cruz or whatever his fucking
Johnson,
name is.
everyone's talking about Johnson too.
There's there's like a few other candidates that they just threw on.
Right in our name. Fuck it. Okay. Mr. T. Mr. T for president.
Vancura Link.
But it's, I just don't know. Third party votes are going to kill this thing too, by the way.
Oh God, yeah. Oh
it's going to give it to Hillary.
Throw your vote away.
I tweeted that clip out earlier. I tweeted out. I said, that moment when you realize that we are just days away from Hillary or Trump being president and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And I played that throw your vote away clip. It was great. Because that's the reality of it, man. I don't look. Trump is not a good presidential candidate. He's not, but he might be what the country needs at the moment, and not because he's necessarily going to fix anything. Because I think he might wake the fuck people. Because the day after Trump gets inaugurated, everybody's going to go like, "How did we get here? How did we get here?"
What did I say? I mean, we shouldn't be surprised that he's made it this far because these are the same group of people that did think it would be funny to put John Scott in an all-star game.
Right. It was a joke until it wasn't funny anymore. It's like, now it's a, you know what? Now it's a cause.
I think I had the most accurate description. Trump is like like your crazy uncle that says racist shit. You know, he has a lot of money, but you just love him. That's just Uncle Don,
Right.
just going nuts, saying whatever he wants. But now Grandma died, and he's the beneficiary.
He's ruling the family now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's just, he's the beneficiary of Grandma's will, and he controls everything on what everybody gets.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. It's like, why wouldn't you put, why wouldn't you put the other uncle, who has a job and
right? Yes, a degree perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? The thing about Trump, and I would be look, I'm voting for Trump. I have no problem saying it. No problem. Here's the deal. Trump has one big flaw, and it's not even the shit that he says that is outlandish, because I think most people actually do agree with a lot of it, because immigration needs to be controlled, plain and simple. We need to get the economy back on track, and we need to stop outsourcing jobs across. Everything he's saying has merit to it. The problem is it's the interpersonal shit that he does. It's the stuff the needless attacks that he's made in the past. And most importantly, he's got to stop saying that he wasn't friends with people or didn't know people that he said previously that he did. He's got to stop that, because it's
Trump needs to go through YouTube when he's thinking about to say something, because Trump has been quoted as saying that I would run for the Republican Party because they're stupid and they believe almost anything.
And it turned out to be 100% true. He went in there and just caused chaos and just watched the Republicans eat each other alive. He didn't win because he was the best candidate. He won because he was the only one left standing. Everyone else ate each other or fell down from exhaustion. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. And the Democrats, I can't even explain that. I can't explain what happened in the Democratic Party this year. How Hillary, man, I mean, look, I understand, because the best thing that was against her was Bernie Sanders, and he's insane and maybe a wizard. He wasn't getting elected. He's quite possibly a wizard.
Maybe it was.
He might be. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm.
I look at Sam.
That's about as illogical as some of the shit that he has said. So it's crazy, man. So that's prediction time.
We're gonna pay no taxes, but we're gonna have free healthcare.
It's gonna be all free, people. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
We need more Eye of Newt.
Yes. That's right. I'm old enough to be your grandfathers. I'm going to send you all birthday cards with $5 bills in them.
Checks. They're all $5 checks. Yes. Prediction time, Jakey. Prediction time. I'm going to throw it out there. Let's get the dicks on the table. Who is our president in 5 days from now?
I've been battling with this internally. And I really, really think it's going to be Trump.
How big of an asshole do you feel by saying it? Because you feel so ridiculous saying it, but I think you might be so right. Ridiculous
that the guy who was in Home Alone 2 is going to be our president.
That's the guy. Reagan was an actor.
The guy that told Gary Busey that he was fired is going to be our president.
That's right. I just don't see enough people going Hillary.
The guy that sold steaks in Sharper Image is going to be our president.
I keep thinking that Hillary is going to find a way, mainly because of her last name. But here's the problem with that. The last name doesn't carry as much weight because all it's done is been shit on. All you hear every day, her husband's a rapist. She's a criminal. You hear it every single fucking day. Trump has done a really good job of making sure you do not forget the Clinton name is linked to rapists and fucking criminals. This woman can't manage a goddamn server, a private server. She can't manage the fucking country. I'm sorry. I'm very sensitive about that because I was IT in the United States Army. I have seen classified documents and how they're supposed to be handled, and more importantly, just how fast ramifications and repercussions fall on people who make even the tiniest mistake in handling. I've seen people lose their 15-year, and I'm not making this up, Jake. I've seen people lose 15 to 20-year careers in the Army because they stuck a flash drive with a red label instead of a green label into a computer that had the wrong label. We label everything. It's green for unclassified and red for classified. Now, I've seen people lose their careers in short order because they stuck the wrong thumb drive in the wrong computer. It's happened.
I would just do everything in red.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, it's crazy, man. I've seen this shit.
Safer.
Yeah, you might as well be. It's just like red to red. What's so hard? That's why we do it. Color coded, red to red. Don't fuck it up. Red to red. Why are you putting the green and the red, stupid? Oh, now you're going to jail. Fuck. Now you're going to... Because there is no I forgot. There is no I made a mistake. It's ingrained in your head. And the fact that they've thrown this tiny little fucking IT company in goddamn Colorado under the fucking bus is disgusting. I've done a lot of research into it over the last few days, and it makes me fucking sick. It makes me sick, Jake. What she's done, it's like Lance Armstrong sick. Just trying to destroy the smallest fucking people that they possibly can because they can't own their shit. Makes me sick, Jake.
Like Ryan Braun.
Yes, there you go. Even just as good. Just as good.
Cost the guy his job.
Yeah, it's really pretty repugnant. But I try to think about it, and even with all of that, it will not surprise me if Hillary wins. It just won't. There
was a part of me thinking in the beginning of this election, because Hillary and Trump, Trump was at the wedding of Trump, and I just think that that this was kind of a whole elaborate plot that, I was like, tell you what, Hill, I'll run for the Republican Party. I know what those people like. And then when I get it, I'll just be as fucking ridiculous as hell.
I'm going to hand it to you.
I don't care. I don't just people are they're going to like this. It's just play along with me. Hell, I'm going to release a video of me and Billy Bush just going at it, And she'd be like, okay, all right, let's do this. And then fucking Trump, now Trump's like, Mexicans, Muslims, bad, bad, bad. And then Hillary, and then, so she's like, oh, okay, just handing it off to me. And,
right.
And but now all these people, wait a second. They are bad.
Wait a second.
Jobs.
This actually makes sense.
This man's talking sense over here. This fancy New Yorker with his orange face and golden hair.
You know why, though? Because at the time that he was saying all of these things, we're going through one of the biggest resurgence of fucking insurgency in the world. I mean, the shit is popping off and going crazy.
Look what's going on in Europe with in Germany. I'm sure you can't turn on the news without hearing freaking some girls getting raped by a refugee. And
those stories do tend to get a little bit more overblown, but they do happen. Crime has gone up since the refugees have come into the country. There's no question. My wife now walks with mace everywhere she goes. We've almost been mugged twice. I've had to pull a knife out twice in the past 4 months. Really? We had two guys follow us. Yeah. It was terrifying. The second time I may have overreacted because they were youths and there was a lot of them, and I freaked out because they were like right on our asses. But the first time we were walking into a wooded area because it was a shortcut, and these two guys who were following us really close turned sharply to follow us in and got really close, started speeding up. I pulled out my knife, fucking flashed it to them, and they turned and walked the other way. They were about to mug us, and it was going to be a bad fucking day. Because I'm a pretty bad motherfucker for my condition, but I can't take on two people. No. Even with the little pig sticker that I have.
I don't want that. I don't want that shit coming into I understand these people, the old there's good and bad, but
Sure.
I don't know.
But the reality is, and Tommy C has said this many times, and he's 100% right. The people that are coming over, they're not the doctors, they're not the lawyers, they're not the physicians. No. They're fighting age men that have never held jobs. That is who's coming over. No education, no job prospects. These are the guys that are coming over.
They're not contributing to society.
They're not contributing to their own society. Right. To their own society. So why would we think they're going to come contribute to our society? And Germany, Merkel's giving these people fucking thousands of dollars just for coming in. Just like we have done in the United States of America. Do you know, and I think it might have changed about 10 years ago, but for the longest time, to draw welfare in the United States, all you needed was a P.O. box in our country. I mean, that's gross negligence financially. It makes absolutely no sense.
It is. And I know that the undocumented citizens, I know that there's cases for everybody, but what about the people that needed to do it the right way? You could be undocumented. If you come over here, you got to do it the right way. And I think there has to be an amnesty type way that they could take these people and try and make them citizens, but they have to do it the right way.
Absolutely.
They can't just go, you're here, so you're a citizen now. They wanted to give, in New Jersey, they were about to pass a law to give undocumented citizens, the illegal aliens, driver's license.
Yeah.
Now, in the state of New Jersey, might I add that, a state that you could see where the fucking towers used to stand.
Oh, yeah.
I used to be able to go down the beach 2 minutes from my house. And I used to be able to see two towers standing there across the water. I used to see that. I can't see that anymore because of lax rules. And after that, you had to have 6 points of identification to renew your license or get your license. Yeah. Meaning a birth certificate, social security card, address, a bill with your name on it.
It should be difficult. You should have to have a lot of proof. Fuck.
But why should I have to go in there and a guy has his picture on something and he could get a driver's license, but I have to show 6 points of identification. Me, an American citizen, born and raised in this country, who've never ever left American soil, and this guy could come over from God knows where, and he could actually obtain a driver's license. I know he has a family. I know he's trying to better his life, but you know what? He should do it the right way. He should do it the right way. He should go through the proper channels that our grandparents and great-grandparents had to go through, and that's it. That's it. And you know what, though? They should do that, and if you do not want to do that, for the people that are here, you get sent back. If you do not, you say they give you a timeline. They give you a year after the time. You do not get sent, but you get sent back if you do not follow these proper rules. And you get screened, you get checked. Because, this country is founded on immigration, but this country is also, you can't do it.
Immigration and contribution. This country was built on the backs of immigrants. But guess what? Those immigrants contributed. The immigrants that are coming in now, they're not contributing because they're illegal. They have no incentive to contribute when it's just handed to them. Why would they? The Irish, the Chinese, when they came into the fucking country in the 1800s, guess what they were doing? They built the fucking railroads. Jesus.
I mean, you can't say because the Mexicans that are coming over and doing the day laboring and doing jobs that they're not I know what you mean.
It's not.
I know. Yeah.
It's not. It's nice and it's wonderful, but they're literally doing the jobs that people don't want to do and it's not even jobs that people don't want to do. They're doing it at such a cheap rate because it's all under the table that you can't compete. It's essentially the same reason why most businesses are sending their manufacturing needs overseas to China, because they're willing to do it at such a fucking cheap rate because they're just 6 years old. All right, Ming Ling, get in there and fucking make that PlayStation. It's criminal.
And Nick Oswald, yes, this country has a history of being being found off the graves of Native Americans.
I'm really getting tired of that shit too. By the way,
but you know what though, the rest of this world is the same way.
The entire fucking world is about conquering. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
It happened I am I'll show you a picture of my father.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture of my father. My father is a quarter Native American, making me at least 1/8 Native American.
There you go.
You know, my dad actually could have gotten the tax breaks and stuff like that. So I am not the type of person to sit there and cry boo-hoo for the natives, you know, because of what happened. Everybody was doing it back in that day, coming over, taking over land, doing this, doing that. Hell, if you see a Mexican Catholic, Mexicans aren't supposed to be Catholic. That is somebody who was tortured and raped by the fucking conquistadors.
Absolutely. You see it in every civilization, every culture.
Every civilization.
We see this. I'm not saying that makes it right.
No, it doesn't make it right. No, but
the reality is the world dictates what is acceptable at the time. And when things are happening and expansion is happening and there is a roadblock in the way and we are not enlightened enough to realize that maybe this is the best thing to do and the entire world's do it, there is no moral fucking brick to be thrown at one but not the other. It doesn't work like that. All right.
And by the way, and the thing that's going on with this pipeline, I think that is very shitty because of what's being done with the natives, you know, and I know I made the joke about the Indians and the pipeline.
It was a funny joke. It was funny.
It was a funny joke, but I do think that, you know, that they should not, because these people who were natives and were forced out, they only have so much land that they could call their own, and we're still trying to just build shit on it.
Yeah. Hey, look, the fact is every reservation that is left in our country should be considered sacred ground. It's supposed to be legally.
It should.
It does bother me that these things are happening now, and there should be more outrage to it now. But to continue to go back and say, "Oh, the Trail of Tears, we're awful. We should all suffer because of it." What the fuck is the matter with you, you cretins?
No,
Jesus, that's just it's ridiculous to think that. But I digress. Let's smoothly transition to something a little lighter, shall we? Just for a few minutes.
Yes.
Sound good?
Yes.
All right. Halloween just happened, Jake, and I know you're gonna love this because you brought the story to me, and I know you have an affinity for costumes. You love judging costumes.
Yes, I saw one today. The kid was dressed up as a millennial. He wore a bunch of bubble wrap, and a hat that said "Safe Space."
He may have been an actual millennial, Jake. You might want to be careful. It may not have been a costume.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, he had a shirt that said "Fragile" on it.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds about right. You might want to be careful. Was he working at a Starbucks or hanging out in a Starbucks? I'm pretty sure he had to have been.
So I thought that was the best online.
We're living in this world where, and not just on Halloween, that there is an oversensitivity to everything. And we just talked about some natives. We're about to talk about them again, but in a different fucking context, because celebrities have a long history of being crucified for their costume choices. And this year, being 2016, has got to be one of the, it's going to be known as the clit, as far as it's the most sensitive fucking part of the body. So 2016, it's the clit. That's what it is. It's fucking awful how sensitive people are. Pussies. Goddamn pussies.
So I guessed what? Did Jake's daughter dress up as something, or was she just regular Bam Bam clothes out there?
So technically she wore three costumes then.
She should have done. No, she was actually she was an octopus and also a pink monster.
Yes, she was. They're very cute in both of them, by the way.
Yes.
Because she's going to remember that in 15 years. Jesus.
It was for us.
Yeah, I know. Look, I've been squeezing my daughter into costumes since fucking as soon as I could. Believe me, I understand. Okay. The first person this year, where I got a list of pictures that I'm going to be showing. We're going to start with the person who got crucified the hardest this year in Halloween. I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you because you're like me. You're a comedian, all right? I'm not a comedian. You're an actual comedian. Yeah. I just fancy myself as one. But we both are very steadfast in we understand what a joke is. We understand that not everything is supposed to be taken seriously and people need to lighten the fuck up. I believe costumes fall in that category. You can basically dress up as anything.
Yeah.
With a few exceptions. But let's see if some of these fall into that category, shall we? Hillary Duff. who's still sexy as fuck, is getting absolutely murdered. And she apologized because she's just as soft as everybody fucking else. Now the pictures are going too fast. The pictures are going too fast. She dressed up as a goddamn pilgrim, appeared, and her husband was an Indian. And she didn't have a musket or anything. You know, there wasn't anything going on like that. Is there anything wrong with this? I don't get it. I don't understand.
No.
I really don't.
No, it's just there was nothing wrong. My wife went as sexy Trayvon Martin, and I went as George Zimmerman.
Oh God. Well, okay, maybe that one. Maybe that one might be a little too far, but
she wore a hoodie that showed her boobs just a little bit of cleavage.
Top or bottom? Okay, top boob cleavage, not bottom boob. It wasn't a cutoff. Let's just make sure.
No, it's just and I dressed as a Hispanic man. We were all both. I was in brown face. She was in black face.
Oh God, you can't do that.
Yeah. And we went out trick or treating. Nobody answered the door, and
I wonder why.
I gave her Skittles and Arizona iced tea. Their culture is not. Shut up.
Okay. Fake ass Twat's an idiot, but we know that he's trolling. Some of these others that are on the list. Remember, I'm going to go through these because they're cycling through. Amber Benson, when she dressed up as a lion a couple of months after that fucking lion got shot by the dentist in Africa. She got shit. Bill Maher. Now, this one is a little bit fucked up. This was 2006, dressing up as Steve Irwin with a goddamn stingray sticking out of his chest.
That's funny.
It's funny, but it was just a couple months after it happened. Chris Brown, who I think we can all agree is a douchebag. We're going to go back through them. I just want they're cycling through. I'm trying to keep up with them. Chris Brown, who we can all agree is a douchebag, in 2012 dressed up as this terrorist. Not a great idea. More cowboy and Indian fucking drama in 2008. Chrissy Teigen as a sexy Indian. She got shit on for it, which I don't agree with. Here's a real ridiculous one coming up. How about Heidi Klum, back when she dressed up like the god Kali? How about that shit? She looks more like a Navi from fucking that Avatar. And then of course Paris Hilton as well getting. I don't even know why this is offensive, but people were losing their mind over this as well. So as these pictures continue to cycle through and everybody can look at them and judge for themselves, Jake, what constitutes an actual fucking offensive costume? What is the line?
I really don't know. I mean, I've heard of costumes. There's like, maybe it's because I'm an East Coaster, but I've seen costumes of people who are dressed up as, the Twin Towers with flames and stuff like that coming out.
I think that's the line.
That's yeah.
I think someone dressing up like a jihadist and carrying around a severed head. That's a line. That's a line.
But you know what though? It's kind of like you could be upset. It's not good to do it in good taste, but will it bother me? Like, would I say something to them, or would I be outraged? No, I wouldn't.
Oh, now that's a different story altogether. I don't think there is a costume that's confront worthy. Someone dressing up like a Nazi and putting a whole bunch of dust on their hands.
Well, that's actually me and my wife went. She went as a sexy Jew. I went as Hitler.
Not sexy Hitler though, just regular Hitler.
I went as sexy Hitler actually.
You went as sexy Hitler. Okay.
I went as sexy Hitler. She went as a sexy Jew.
To be fair, anything you dress up as is sexy, but that's just
I know.
My taste. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But the Hillary Duff one, I want to talk about this for a second. The Hillary Duff one actually really bugs me because you can't dress up like a pilgrim. I mean, maybe it's because she dressed up as a pilgrim standing next to an Indian.
That's what the thing. That she dressed up as a pilgrim and an Indian, and they're like, ah. But I said, maybe they are dressed up as a pilgrim and Indian from like the good times when
it's John Smith. It's reverse John Smith and Pocahontas. Why?
Yeah,
fuck, come on.
It's like it's the whole entire Squanto with Maze. Maybe that was the whole thing.
It's ridiculous. It bugs me that this has become something that celebrities will fucking apologize so quickly for too. There's no balls left. You know, there's no nutsack left. You're not going to stand up and say it's a joke. I know Bill Maher actually defended his when he did that. I think that was, I'm sorry, it was right after fucking Steve Irwin died. I do think it is a little fucked up. But, you know, even that, what do we want? What do we want to happen? Do we want these people to lose their careers?
No, they
What's the
shouldn't.
point? Is an apology really? I mean, I don't get it. What is the end game?
I'm actually going to go next year as the Prophet Muhammad.
There you go.
I think that's going to go over well.
You might want to be careful with that one, buddy.
I think I'm going to go as the Prophet Muhammad.
Make sure you send all of your hate mail to Jake Link, care of @JakeLinkComedy on Twitter. I have nothing to do with that one. Not because I think it's right or wrong, because I'm afraid to fucking endorse it. That's why. Fuck that shit. I'll fuck with anything. I ain't fucking with Muhammad.
That's right. Tommy C told me to do it, by the way, folks.
There you go. That's right. In fact, Tommy, I heard him say it. He said, if you don't do it, you're fired, Jake.
He said,
you're gone.
Let me tell you something, Jake. You better dress up as the Prophet Muhammad for Halloween. You know what? I'm not going to even do it for Halloween. Fuck it. I'm doing it on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we'll just call it Friday. Fuck it. Black Friday.
Yeah,
Black Friday, we're all dressing up as racist shit. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Racist Black Friday. I'm going to make Black Friday Black fucking Friday. I'm going to be
You're
Shaft.
You're going to dress up as Ganesh. I'm going to dress up as... I'm
dressing up as Kuta Kente. That's what I'm going to go on Black Friday as. Black Friday, I'm dressing up like Kuta Kente. That's right. Fucking stop me. You know what? Not just Kuta Kente. O.J. Simpson as Kuta Kente. Fuck you now. Fuck you
with
now.
With a bloody glove on and everything.
I'm going to just mesh it into one fucking big sensitive fuck ball. It's going to be great.
You know what? Screw it. I'm dressed as the Prophet Muhammad right now.
Right now.
Right now I am. This is how he's dressed. This is him in his image.
That's right. That might be the most offensive thing you can possibly say.
On so many
Can you
levels.
imagine? Oh my God. Can you imagine somebody following religion for their entire life, right? They're following and they're devout. They're devout. And they die and they go to heaven and they meet you. And you can you imagine that reaction?
I'd be like, dude, what were you guys doing down there? No, I did not say any of that.
No, none of it. I don't know where you guys got it from. Here's a bong. You guys want a bong? We got all kinds of drugs here.
You can eat pork. I created the universe. You think I'm drawing the line at the deli aisle?
No, not at all. Not for a second.
That's a Bo Burnham line.
Yeah, I know. It was a good one though.
Song Perspective of God. I'm not Jeff Huffmaning it.
No. You got to cite your sources. Sources. That's good. Oh boy. Okay. So I have an idea how to wrap this show up.
Okay.
A new concept.
All right.
We're always trying to break through the mold. You know, we're doing new stuff. And I know we both wanted to get a little bit more interactive with the chat because we do got great fans. We've had almost 30 in here almost the entire night. That's pretty damn good for us. So as a way of saying thank you, I think it'd be a great idea to either take calls or have suggestions in the chat of topical things that are going on that you want to hear a nerd and jerk opinion on. One of us will play the nerd. The other will play the jerk. Because I know it's kind of hard to tell which one's which most of the time because it's kind of interchangeable, which is the whole joke of the show. But
it's the glasses for me, right?
Yeah, right. But that's what throws me off. I don't know. But
do you like how I shared it on Facebook? If you don't have any friends or a date, you might as well just come on with us, a bunch of nerds and jerks.
Might as well come on. So,
just
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take some calls, and if you have a topic that you want to hear our opinions on, one will play the nerd, one will play the jerk. I know Fake Ass Twat's not actually going to answer because he never does. Fake Ass Twat, you're live. Nerd and the jerk, what you got?
If you don't have any friends or a date.
God damn it. You know, Fake, I'm
hello?
banning him. I'm banning Fake. You know, he does this all the you're getting banned, fuckhead. You're getting banned, and I don't know if I'm bringing you back this time. I've warned you about this shit in the past. Do not fucking call in and loop my goddamn audio. Jesus Christ. Troll in any other way you want, but fuck, man. Anyway, let's try to bring in an actual caller. 620. You're live on Nerd and the Jerk. What you got?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Well, I'm calling just to call in because I called in yesterday. I like how you got Jake Link pulled into your video today.
Well, yes, he's my co-host there, yes.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. I pictured you totally different, Jake.
You pictured me to look different?
Totally different, man.
What? How did you picture me? Draw
because I think this is pretty much spot on. I mean, he sounds the way he looks.
My point, I sound exactly how
I actually thought that you were a really tall, skinny guy.
Oh, get the no fucking way! Not for a second. Not for us. That voice does not belong to an athletic man.
I was tall, dark, and handsome.
That's right.
That's okay. I'm short. I'm short and fat and bald, so don't worry about it.
That's good. Do you have any topic you'd want us to talk about or anything? You got anything that actually?
Well, really, I wanted to tell you, if anybody's offended by that Hillary Duff picture, well, that's dumb because that's a really good picture of Hillary Duff. She's fucking hot.
She is. I agree. Thank you for that contribution. You have yourself a good night. I'm gonna take another call. Take it easy, buddy. Holy shit.
You sound like Boomhauer.
He did. You know what I'm telling you, man. Let's bring in a guy that I know always delivers. It's old school Matt. What's up, buddy? You're live on Nerd the Jerk.
Hey, guys. Dave, Jake, I want to ask you, what are you guys more excited for? Sun and Moon or Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
What was the first one?
Sun and Moon. Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Or the other. What was the other one?
The Harry Potter spin-off. Nobody knows the actual title except for old school Matt.
I hate Harry Potter.
Oh,
I really do.
Okay, wait a second. Wait. How can you?
I'm the jerk on this one.
But how can you hate Harry Potter? I honestly explain to me. I need to know.
I don't know. I never could get into it. And then I dated a girl.
Okay.
She was really, 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 really into it. And now that I think back, she kind of looked like him.
She looked like Daniel Radcliffe?
Oh, God, I'm going to show you a picture.
Oh, no.
I'm going to show you a picture of this
That
girl.
leads more questions about you, Jake, than it does her.
I know, but, it wasn't until, after, we had broken up, I was like, you know what? Why did I even date you? I'm like, just because you love Harry Potter doesn't mean you have to look like him.
Oh,
and
man.
another reason, every time my aunt would come to our house and spend the night, she had the audiobooks.
Oh.
And that's how she went to sleep. She went to sleep. I would wake up at 4 a.m. to, "Oh, you're a wizard, Harry," said Dumbledore or whatever.
Oh.
And I would be, so I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I tried watching the movies. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I could not get into it.
So you sort of had it ruined for you by obsessive fans.
I think so. I think maybe that's why I'm not a big Star Wars fan either.
Maybe, but I don't really see. I don't really see you getting excited for Sun and Moon either. I got to be honest.
But no, if I see, I really don't play the Pokemon games. But
yeah, exactly.
Gun to my head, I think I would be more excited for Sun and Moon.
Well, just out of default, yeah, the two greatest words in history.
I like Pokemon. I do. Yeah. I never really got crazy into playing the games. I think when I do play them, I do have a good time and enjoy them. Yeah. But by default, I'm going Pokemon.
Default, the two greatest words in the English language. Default. We do a lot of Simpsons jokes on this show.
Junior Clark, really Jake, you're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Jake. For me, I have no excitement for the new Harry Potter film. Because it's not. It is, but it's kind of not. I'm not. I'm just that world. I'm done. I'm done with it. And I like Harry Potter. I love the books. I love every one of the movies. Didn't have a problem with them. But I'm done at this point. J.K. Rowling's a fucking. I can't stand her. I got to be honest. I think she's a kook. I think she's an absolute kook. She needs to shut up and just stay in England. Shut the fuck up. That's what she needs to do. Now, on the other side of that, you know what my answer is. Just out of any other reason. I don't know if you know this about me or not. I can't find my hat. Because I play Pokemon Go every day. I play Pokemon Go. So I'm very excited about Sun and Moon. I can't wait to play it.
It's said that Europe has to wait a couple of days.
I don't give a shit about that. I wait for everything. That's all I do is wait. And as Tom Petty says, the waiting is the hardest part. All right there, old school. Answer your question, buddy.
That's all I needed, man. Take care of yourselves, guys.
Take it easy. Thanks for calling in.
Take care.
It was at least he had a question. At least he had something.
He did have a question, and yeah, he was, like I said, like I tried to like even get behind him. I think it was maybe all the hype behind all this stuff. I just couldn't get behind it because maybe it was over psyched for, but there are things I am nerdy about.
Yeah, I know that to be true.
Yeah.
Because we've had conversations, and yeah, there are things, but they're not the super like what everybody else is.
Stereotypical nerd things.
I agreed. Me, I like what I like. If it happens to be in vogue, then fuck it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Dan Flynn, you're live on Nerd and the Jerk. What you got?
Hey, I just want to ask, what are you more excited for? Spider-Man coming into the Marvel Universe or Star Wars coming back?
Ooh, now that's a good one. Jake? I know what your answer is going to be. It's Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man is probably one of my favorite superheroes. My favorite. I do like when they try and remake these movies and put different cast in and stuff. The Tobey Maguire ones I enjoyed. These newer ones I enjoyed. I like to see the new spins. So I'm gonna go with the Spider-Man. Coming in. So just based on introducing him into the whole Marvel universe, because for a long time it was just Spider-Man. So I think that's going to be great. And I kind of can't wait, for this. It's going to happen probably in the next 5 to 10 years, but you're going to see like a movie with Spider-Man, Deadpool, all the Avengers and stuff. And it's going to happen. And that's probably going to be the biggest movie ever. And I think, and what I really think, I think it would be great if DC and Marvel just kind of,
I don't want to see those companies fuck. I'm sorry. No, keep them separate. I don't want to see them fuck. Yeah, I don't.
No, that would not. No.
Yeah, keep them because they're two different vibes. They would never really work together.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, that's just me. I think there's a distinct difference between the two.
It seems like Marvel does a better job with movies and the recent than DC.
Absolutely, they're killing them in the movies. TV shows now. Look, the CW's got it on lock. However, I will put anything that's on the CW against what's going on Netflix right now because Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil stomps anything that is on the CW right now. Those 3 shows are amazing. And I love Supergirl. I love The Flash. The Flash might be better than all of them because The Flash is really, really, really good. But it's tough. Now, the question is a little bit harder for me because everybody knows my Star Wars. I'm wearing Darth Vader right fucking now. Everybody knows that I'm a Star Wars guy. And Darth Vader is getting ready to come back to the screen with Rogue One in a little over a month. And my dick is constantly hard for it. That being said, as much of a Star Wars mark as I am, I think the winner's Spider-Man because we've seen how he's been... Tom Holland, man, or whatever his name is, who's this kid who's playing him, an actual fucking kid for a change. I forgot his name. He was in Civil War. It's the best portrayal of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, period, that's ever been done, and it's not even close. And this Spider-Man Homecoming, it looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to at least get 3 Spider-Man movies, and they're all going to take over the course of a year of high school. So we're going to see his sophomore, junior, and senior years. Fucking brilliant. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Andrew Garfield was horrible.
I couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree with you more. I didn't like either of those movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought Tobey Maguire was
like way too like anti Spider-Man. Like or Peter Parker, he's not like good looking at all. Like he just kind of played this character who like
Tobey was good.
on a skateboard.
Tobey was good,
right.
but only in the first one. The other 2 movies were really bad. They were really bad.
I thought
the third one.
I hated Doc Ock.
The third one was horrible.
Yeah.
But
you know what the third one should have been called? Spider-Man. How many more fucking villains can we squeeze into this goddamn movie?
That's always the mistake. Look at Batman versus Superman, which is not as big of an abortion as people want to say it is, by the way. But look at that movie. It fails because they did everything in it. They fucking did everything. They didn't need to do that.
You know?
Yeah, it started off as a Superman movie and then turned into a Batman movie.
Which I have no problem because the best parts of the movie was Ben Affleck, and then every scene that.
See, I haven't seen it yet. How was Ben Affleck as
Ben Affleck is Batman? That's how good he was. He was great.
Yeah, but
really? Because I was concerned.
They made him look bad.
I was concerned that he wasn't going to be a good Batman. But
it's a different Batman. Like Batman knifes people in this movie, Jake. I mean,
I think I'm going to rent it this weekend.
Get the Ultimate Edition. Wow. Get the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah,
because Batfleck knifes motherfuckers in this movie, dude.
By the way, everyone, I don't get to see that many movies because I have an 8-month-old, so I watch what I can.
Yes.
I finally saw the new Ghostbusters. I was not that impressed by it.
Oh, no. I thought you and I could have done an entire show on that because I think we basically thought the exact same thing on it.
That's all I got. I wasn't impressed. Had some good, funny moments, and that was it.
It didn't deserve the hate that it got because of the femme shit, but they brought that on themselves by marketing it as such, so I have no sympathy. But it's a bad movie. It's not a good movie by any stretch. But Dan, you got anything else for us? Oh, sorry, Jake. Go ahead.
By itself, if the other one didn't exist, I don't think it was that good.
I got the fucking motherfucking Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. All right, Dan, you got anything else for us?
Nah, not really.
Fantastic call. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
And he's got you see his picture? It's me. It's me holding a gun. Isn't that fucking gorgeous?
I was about to say, it was like, why does that guy look familiar?
It's even the same beanie, Jake.
Yeah. I'm like, the guy looks familiar.
I think I know that guy.
I know him.
All right. So we're winding down to the end here. I think that we've had some good callers. We've had some great topics. Jake, what have we missed? Is there anything else that you want to hit on? Anything going on? I don't know.
You want to talk about what you're watching or what you're...
Yes. I think that's always a good idea. I'll rattle off a couple of shows that I'm currently getting into at the moment because there are a few. I'm a whore right now. The best thing I'm watching on television at the moment is American Horror Story Roanoke. I feel that this is the best season of American Horror Story. I've been absolutely blown away by it. Even the twists that I kind of thought were coming, they took different turns with it. It's been just so much fun. It's been actually legitimately scary. They've gone and they've shoved a bunch of different types of genres into one season, and it's worked. I've really, really enjoyed it. Of course, all of the superhero stuff is back. Supergirl on the C-Dub now, DCW as we big fat neat nerds like to call it. She's doing a great job. Supergirl's been a lot of fun. The Flash is amazing once again. Arrow is finally watchable again for the first time in 2 seasons. And Legends of Tomorrow is becoming one of those shows that I really have a guilty pleasure about. The last show I want to give a quick little bit of love to, because I don't see enough people giving love to, is The Exorcist. If you haven't watched The Exorcist yet, Jake, I highly, highly recommend it. It's fucking great.
Really?
Gina Davis, man, she absolutely kills it. I hear in your voice you have not watched it all, so I'm not going to give away something. But like you're watching the first 4 episodes and all of this stuff is happening. They're doing like classic Exorcist stuff, but they're not going too hard on it. And then something happens in the last season before the break, or the last episode before the break. and you're like, I should have seen it coming, but you don't, and it just punches you in the fucking balls, and it's amazing, and I can't wait for it to come back. So Exorcist is that I love it. It's so good. Jake, what are you watching?
Actually, I just finished season 2. It's probably going to be the only one. It's an A&E show. It is the show's 60 Days In. What it is they take they take people who have never been to jail, and it's a part of a and they put them in jail for 60 days, and they have cameras on them. They have cameras set up throughout the prison, and they go through and they actually it's an experiment to see how can these prisons be run a little bit better through the eyes of a non-criminal. And each season, I can't really call it season because there was kind of 2 phases, but there was 2 different sets of people, and they were filmed one after another. And they take like 3 or 4 female inmates and put them in, and they take 3 or 4 male inmates and put them in. And they could get out of the program if they want to. There's like a few keys. I think
safe word is banana.
Actually, the word if shit's getting crazy is, man, I really miss good coffee. That's the phrase that you got to say.
I would say that anyway. That's the worst phrase. It has to be like, how about abracadabra? Something nobody's ever gonna fucking say.
But then if they say that shit's getting too real and you need to get out, they put the guy has to like walk around the day room with like his towel around his neck. And then they say, all right, what's going... Then the producers take him out and say, all right, what's going on? And they say, yeah, dude, I can't do this. Like one guy got...
to shiv me.
There was one guy in there. The second he got in there, you see, all these people do it for different reasons. Some guys do it because they have an interest in law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like one of the females was a cop. And she wanted to see what happens, and like everybody has their own reasons. This guy was like a public defender, and he wanted to see what the people looked like. Second he got in, this guy, they thought he was a plant, and they thought he looked soft. And the one dude started fucking hitting on him and like hazing him and shit, going, Brian, hey, and fucking with him so bad. And then he was talking to the guy, going, what are you in here for? He goes, I'm in here for attempted murder. So, like, that this guy had nothing to lose. So, so this guy, he got out of it. And
be like, you got to get me out of here. They're trying to fuck me. And I can't do this. I don't know what I was thinking was going to happen. I mean, I know I have a sumptuous butthole, and apparently they want it. So, you gotta get me out of here. You watch weird shit like that, man. You love reality TV, man.
See, I like certain reality. I can't get.
You always talk about reality TV every time we talk about television.
Well, this show is like I don't really it is reality TV, but it's not like a scripted reality.
Well,
TV.
no, but it's still reality TV. I mean,
it's because you're in prison and they're trying to keep this shit hidden. They're probably saying they're doing a documentary on people that are in prison and stuff, so that's
your big one.
That I think that show should get a lot more. There's a show that's actually on probably right now. It's live. They go into I think Las Vegas. It's like the concept of Cops, but it's literally happening right now as we speak.
Oh, that's crazy.
And they just go into different situations with the cameras and stuff.
Another reality show, Jake.
Another reality show. Yes. So, but Cops was a reality show, and Cops was a great.
It was okay. I never got into it, man. I'm always. I don't know. It didn't. Probably because I've had a couple relatives on it.
That's what I was gonna say. I go because is the only time you can see your mom.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's right. You know what? It's probably not far from the fucking truth. One more show that I think you're watching. I don't know if you're watching, but I think you are, and I obviously am. It's back, and people are losing their minds over it. Of course they are. That's Walking Dead. Are you watching The Walking Dead currently, Jake?
I am so far. I'm like 2 or 3 seasons behind.
Killing me now. Oh, Smalls.
I know. Like, Glenn died. I think we could say that right now.
I think the moratorium is over. Yeah, I think you could say it.
I think we could say Glenn died. It was pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
And,
yes.
And that's
in fact, people are calling it a snuff episode, which is fucking ridiculous because it's not.
Well, yeah. The show's about fucking murdering zombies and shit.
Well, not murdering zombies. I don't think you can murder. You can't assassinate a zombie, Jay. You can't murder zombies. That's not how it works.
You know what I'm saying? See, I'm still waiting for the coalition for like people who
zombie lives matter.
The zombie lives matter. Walker's lives matter thing.
It's coming, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a whole entire utopia of people that think that they're just misunderstood, like people that own pit bulls.
All except Michael Vick, because apparently he had it right.
He knew what they were used for. Exactly. You're fighting dogs, okay?
Yeah, there we go. I'm not gonna fool myself. What? You don't want to fight? Electrocution, motherfucker.
He shouldn't have done that. And that's what I think.
He went a little overboard.
I think dog fighting is wrong. But
yes,
what happens if there was dog fighting for dogs by dogs?
Well, like the dog was running it, like the dog's wearing a little fucking bookie hat and taking bets. So then that's just, I think that existed. It was called All Dogs Go to Heaven. They were gambling. Oh, he's getting the dog, I think. Oh, the microphone's down. He loses the microphone. Jake in a big fight. He's trying to dodge the microphone. Oh, there. Oh, there he is.
Like if this guy was like an old grizzled trainer. Come on, you gotta fight. We gotta eat thunder and crap lightning.
He's licking you. Jake, you've just been fired. I want to do all my shows with this dog. Oh my god.
This is Frank.
This is Frank.
You've probably been hearing him. I've been giving him little pieces of treats throughout the show to kind of keep him quiet. But when I am not giving him enough, he starts to freak out. Say hi, Frank.
He's so good. Oh
hello.
My god.
He's an old man.
He is an old man. He looks like Don Rickles.
He is.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
I would say more like Don Zimmerman.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yes, that's fair too. Yeah. Don's a Don, and kind of. Who is it? What is it? It's all the same thing. What a good dog. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Fuck. Yeah. I love dogs. I think on that note, there's no going farther than that amazingness. I think that was a pretty good way to end tonight's Nerd and the Jerk. I think one of our better shows. This was a lot of fun tonight, man. We had a great crowd. We had some good stuff to talk about. People seem to be digging it. Jake, you were hilarious as always, my friend. Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Thank you." I just read. Somebody said, "I want to pet Jake."
I want to pet Jake.
Yeah, Gary Phillips says he's going to be a regular caller.
Appreciate
There's
that.
a Frank link. Suddenly want a hot dog. Yes. Yes.
To everybody in the chat who's been here, Snooza, big shout out to you, Bear, everybody who's been here, Casey McLaughlin, Leaping Lizard, Sarah Small. I really do appreciate you guys. No, Snooza, you can't call in because I don't want to fall asleep before I end the show. You could have called in earlier. You fucked up. Not my fault. Thank you guys very much for joining us for this another wonderful episode of Nerd the Jerk. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. I don't know if you want to come on when I do the Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton countdown to oblivion type deal.
Yeah. Well,
I wanted to make more jokes tonight about the end of the world because the end is nigh. The signs of the apocalypse are falling into place. The seals are being broken, Jake. And I'm pretty sure one of them was the Cubs in the World Series. So I don't know. It might be fucking nigh. Also, programming note. Tomorrow, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I will be live for Manny Pacquiao and the Pacquiao-Vargas fight. I think I'm going to be live for that.
Will you be showing it?
No, I won't, Jake.
Why?
Because it's illegal. Something I'm going to have to say a lot tomorrow night, I'm sure. Thank you for rubbing that into my fucking wound. I appreciate that.
You should show it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I should.
You should.
So we'll probably do that because reactions seem to be, people are liking the reaction stuff. So we're going to keep doing that. If you need somewhere to hang out and watch something, I'm here. We'll hang out. We'll have a good time. We'll talk. It'll be great stuff. So thank you guys very much for joining us right here on Dead on Day Productions, Nerd and the Jerk. Make sure you're checking out everybody on the featured channels list, like Tommy C over at Shot from the Point. He'll be coming back strong on Sunday. I'll probably be there for that. I think I am for Shot from the Point Live. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's still going to be that same time. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Jeff the Huff Huffman with all this stolen content. Make sure you check him out. He's great. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, the official musician of Dead on Day Productions. Thank you very much for your song that I used for the opening of the new show that I'm doing. Forgot the name, but Crimes Against Wrestling. So that's about it. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Like, subscribe, and share. Almost 3,600 subs. We're almost there, folks. Keep it coming. We'll see you next time. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Or Frank Link. Have him because he's so goddamn cute. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it, buddy.
Yep.
Keep it copious and peace.
See you.